Hello everyone, my name is Bottletophornet and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We are still in the end and it's time to get started on stage 3. For this episode we're going to do a bunch of decorating in the end island and I may regret this. But like I said at the end of last episode, I am giving myself a little bit more time for these episodes now, so that I can work away on it without having the pressure of that deadline being so quick in between. So, to start off this episode, I'm going to start digging away the obsidian. I'm going to remove these towers. All of them. Now I'm going to set myself up with some beacons because screw doing this without them. And I will probably time-lapse this up for you guys because who knows how many hours this could take. But if I get it out of the way to begin with, we can get on to the real stuff of turning this island into something a little bit more pretty. So, hope you guys enjoyed this time-lapse. If you enjoy what I'm doing on this island and with the series at the moment, please leave a like. I appreciate it a lot. The support is always welcome. Other than that, I'll see you on the other side. Oh boy. Okay. Enjoy. And welcome back. Oh, that is a lot of obsidian. Like, that is a lot of obsidian. And it took me a very, very long time. Like, that is a lot of obsidian. So I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about obsidian again for portals or anything like that. Because I have, we have a little bit. So I think minus stuff that I've already mined throughout the world before, it was about 15,300 pieces of obsidian. Not bad. So now we just have these to deal with, these pieces of bedrock, and we can cover over all of that jazz there. I think first and foremost, I want to cover that up, because I really want to see what it looks like without any indication of where they were sitting. So we're going to do that. I'm probably going to have to jump through here. That is absolutely cranking now. And go get a few pieces of the end stone. And it feels a little bit weird to be back in the overworld after the darkness of the end being my everything for so long. So I want to grab a bunch of the half slabs, which I have there. Let's see, was there anything else with half slabs in them? Doesn't look like it. Okay, this little mod, mini HUD, that allows you to look into this stuff like here, it's amazing. It really is well worth it. So if you do have Java, mini HUD gives you a lot of options. Some of it might be a little bit cheaty, but just for the basic stuff, like my coordinates up in the top left there, for me, that's super convenient. Probably going to have to make a handful more just to make sure we have enough. Okay, that's going to be plenty. Let's go cover up those holes, because after this comes the fun part. I hope. Oh, that was my last rocket. We get to start decorating all of this. So while I was mining away this for 15, 16, 17 hours, I think it took me, I was thinking about what I want to do out here. And I think we're going to try and use the obsidian to create these sort of diamonds, these crystal shapes around all of them. But I might have to do a little bit of testing with that first. I think the main thing we're going to focus on is cleaning up this, maybe redoing the platform so that it's not all out of brick. I think it's a little bit weird to have that brick texture. I'd rather have something a little bit smoother, and then trying to decorate it all up a little bit, as well as removing the bedrock. For starters though, I'm going to start to remove all of these buttons. And I tell you what, having that enderman farm there ready to fix your tools at a moment's notice is amazing. It's so useful. A couple of times I had to heal up this pickaxe and just ducking down there for a second, healing it up, and then continuing on with my work. Oh, I know why I didn't do it earlier, but at the same time, kind of wish that I did. It's alright. We have it now, and we can cover up these spots here and make this island look pretty cool. That is weird. I'm going to do that for all the rest of it, and then we're going to have a look and see it in all its glory. Yee! Thank goodness I thought of using water before I'd done all the rest. Much better. And a little bit of water, couple of slabs, and it's like they never existed. All right, we need to get ourselves some rockets and get up into the sky. Oh boy, that is truly an odd thing to perceive. Seeing this island without all of the towers is unreal. But I really do want to get... Oh, I missed it. I really do want to get rid of the bedrock. So we're going to do a little bit of bedrock breaking. Can I... I'll make one of it. You watch. And... First try. Yeah. So, all these little pieces of bedrock really do just distract you as you fly around. I want it to feel as clean as possible. So, we're going to go get ourselves a few items, get rid of all of these blackstone buttons, and I might light this up because I'm a little worried that I'm going to look at endermen every time they spawn. So we might go around with some torches and light this up temporarily. So, let me grab some materials and we'll see what we can do about the bedrock. This is incredible. I love it so much. Oh, and by the way, somewhere around the middle of removing all those pillars, we did do a live stream where I went and raided some end cities, and we shouldn't have to worry about shulker boxes for a little while. Or elytra. I will try and make a point of getting up to date with all of the VODs for the VOD channel. But I think we've got everything we need. We got some leftover TNT, which is fantastic. Let's head back and see what we can get done. See if I can remember how to remove bedrock. Now, the beauty of this is we have plenty of obsidian. We don't have to worry. Hold on. Zoom. We don't have to worry about wasting any. So I'm just going to grab a stack. That will be so much more than enough. And while we're in here in a safe spot, I'm also going to grab pistons, a couple of extra levers, and that should be it, if I remember correctly. So we can put that away. We might grab out the TNT that we need, leave a little bit spare just in case, and we'll put away the tools that we don't need. Cool. Let's see how we go. So, for starters, can I land on top? Yes. I'm going to do one first just to see whether I remember how. But to start off with, we're going to need a little bit of a platform. From there, oh, I need 2 more out this way. Now, this is the way that I know how to do it. That works pretty well for me. There are multiple different ways. I know that I recently watched Impulse set up a different way, which is more vertical. Depends on your situation, but in this situation, the way I'm going to do it should work just fine. So I'm going to put 2 of those like that, a piston facing me, trapdoor down, a lever there that will open that up. We put 2 pieces of TNT, and now the idea is with a piston in my hand, I turn that on, it activates the TNT, opens this up, and I go down and face up just to the very top corner and spam click. I actually have a macro for this so that I can right click very, very quickly. It makes doing this a little bit easier, but you can just your mouse and with a bit of luck, it'll get rid of the bedrock beneath. All right, let's see how we go. Nope, no such luck. We might just, to be safe, put a little bit more around the outside and try it again. And with a bit of luck, there we go. Second try, not too bad. So that is a fairly efficient way of getting rid of the bedrock. Obviously, having a single piece like this makes it a lot easier. If you are doing it in a big area, it does get a little bit tricky trying to make sure you have the room for it all. And that's where something like what Impulse used in one of his more recent videos with the verticality, using a very similar idea works really well. But for me, this works just fine. So we're going to stick with what works. All right. I'm going to do that one more time with you guys just so that I can lock it in, make sure that I've got it working, and also make sure that you guys understand. And then from there, I'll go around and do the rest and see what it looks like afterwards. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of space. Technically, you probably don't need this much around there, but I just like to have the extra security. You can do this on either side, so it doesn't really matter which side you do it on. You just have to mirror it. So I'll do it on this side just so that you guys get a view of it happening both ways. Put that down like that. 2 pieces of TNT, and make sure you have your piston in your hand. Activate it, jump down. And that one didn't work. What you are after is getting your piston to be facing the exact same way it was when you put it down. So we'll try that again. Fairly easy to reset it. And also it's fairly safe. You can wear blast protection if you're a little bit worried about getting blown up. There we go. But I find I don't really ever hurt myself. Well, not enough to die, at least. So there's 2 gone. I'm going to do the rest off camera. You guys don't need to see anymore because you've got the idea. I'm going to get rid of the remaining 8. And then we're going to decide what we want to do to decorate this island. Wish me luck, and I'll see you in a sec. Okay. It looks better. It's amazing how just a couple little dots made it feel way more messy. But now, this is pretty good. I'm honestly really happy with this. Now, couple of things. I'm thinking I might try and lower this. I might try and make this ring down at more about this height here. Possibly just above. Maybe 1 block. Ooh, that scared me. Maybe 1 block above our end portal. And then lower this section down and rebuild the killing chamber. It's really not that difficult to do, to just put in a couple of pistons and get these guys coming through. I still have hostile creatures turned down and just reorganize it the same amount of blocks deeper. I still have the hole through the ground, should still work just fine. So I'm thinking that just because having everything neater and closer to the ground is going to look better from a distance as well as just from a build standpoint. So if we pop up into the air here, having it closer down to that ring allows us to do some building up against it, make it look real nice. So I think I'll do that, but I kind of want to ask you guys, I don't want to tackle too much of this decorating first. I originally said we were going to do a bit of an Eye of Ender, and I still would like for it to be that when you come directly above, there is a design that is sort of eye-like. So, like so. But the reality is we're not going to be doing too much on top of here. So everything that is built on top, other than the ring that allows them to run towards the center, is purely going to be aesthetic. So if I lower that down, we'll have another look at it soon. But do I go darker? Do I add leaves and overgrow it a little bit? Do we have water, channels and such going down? I'll put down a couple of options at the end of the episode, and then I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments and see what you think. Oh, that surprised me. Just about what we could do up on top here. I think I would like to create a dark border around the outside, But man, this does look clean, doesn't it? Just no towers, no bedrock in the sky, just a clean ring. It's going to look a little different once we have all of the crystals and such, but I think I might wait until we start to decorate the center before deciding exactly how we want to decorate these outsides. We could do something with obsidian and glass and such and make it all spawn proof, but look a little bit crystalline. But if we went for an overgrown look out here, say like a ruin, we could cover these in leaves and glow lichen and bits and pieces and see what it looks like that way. So I'm going to spend a little time. I'm going to lower that down and lower the chamber down below. And then I think for the rest of the episode, we'll work on creating the bridge across and decorating the inside, which is the spot we're going to be using most of the time. So I'll do that, get that all sorted, and we'll pop back in and come up with a nice little hallway and bridge. Yee. God, this looks cool. Doesn't it? I think it looks cool. Yeah. So now, as you can see, I have added a slightly different platform. Let's jump up in the air. This one is a little different. I decided to go with some extra spokes off the side and turn it almost into a wheel. So now they have plenty of spots to run towards. I expanded this out ever so slightly so it's a little bit thicker here. And I think that it's actually spawning more in. I think we might be getting slightly more pack spawning because I do tend to notice them spawning in decent sized groups like 4, like that. Yeah, they're really flowing in now. So I think I can remove these few torches. Just run past all of these guys carefully. And it's all a little bit closer to the ground. So not significantly, it's only like 7 blocks lower or something, but it does mean that it's just a little bit. It seems a little bit nicer to me to have it like that. Yeah. Oh, I love that so much. And if I'm careful to not look at them, look at how many are flowing in. So I would say that is more than enough for our needs, and I think that's more than efficient enough. Just in general, honestly. Look at how many are coming in on that right side. Amazing. So now, after doing that, I actually expanded out the hallway in here a little bit. So I've kept it at 2 high still while we're working in here, but we've come all the way through. I readjusted this because obviously it had to lower down a fair bit and rebuilt a killing chamber here. So now we've got these guys falling down. That's actually the first time I've tested it, so I'm glad that works. And if I make sure that hostile creatures are turned right down, and actually I can turn that back up, we should be working just fine. Now, I don't think they should teleport out here because they will just instantly die when they come down. I will debate whether or not I actually put some half slabs up here just to try and lessen the chance of anything coming through, because obviously we're picking up ender pearls still. I want to do my best to make it so that the ender pearls aren't really a problem, but I mean, that's pretty efficient. Cool. And it'll all just pour out the bottom if we need it to. Bye! So I can put away all of those ender pearls, and we'll deal with the rest of those later. Try and come up with a bit of a better design. I think maybe putting the half slabs across there would be enough that they wouldn't come through. We'll see. We shall see. So, I think now it's time to get started on a little bit of decoration and start to come up with, how? We will make sure that it's all working fine as we go. Ooh, and I also came across here and started, it's fine. Come down here. I forgot that these spaces were available for them to spawn. So obviously we're going to have to spawn-proof these staircases and whatnot and make a little room up here that is accessible for us to kill a wither if we decide to. And then down the line I can work on a little thing to help me get some wither roses. But for now, oh god, we run down here to safety, and I'm going to go grab a couple of blocks because I've been thinking about it, and I think I really want to go. Ooh, I also want to put some gilded blackstone. So many things, sorry. The brain's a little bit scattered at the moment. But I think I want to add a little bit of gilded blackstone into here just to give it some pretty texture from above. So things like this just spread throughout, but I will probably have to collect a bunch more of that since this many pieces is not really that much. but spread throughout like this, I think is really nice. And then maybe we can add some gold to the outside of this wheel. But we might need to make a gold farm for that first. So a couple little things to deal with there. But for now, we will we'll go back through our center and I'll show you the block palette that I want to go for. And I always check, no, it's daytime. So I'm thinking that what I want to do is mossy stone. I want to make like a bit of a ruin using stuff like the mossy stone bricks, the normal stone bricks, some cracked stone bricks, and then a combination of maybe a little bit of mossy cobble, some moss itself, like some actual moss blocks, like so. And I don't know whether we have any, but I also want to use some glow lichen. But I think that would require building some farms. So we might have to do that in the next episode. But if I grab a few things, come over to where I know that I've got a little bit of the glow lichen, like so. Oh, damn it. Just mine it up a little bit. That'll do for now. And let's go have a bit of a look-see out in the end itself. Ooh, some leaves as well. Let's grab some oak, some azalea, even though we don't have much azalea. And yeah, we'll grab all that. Oh, and by this time, it's probably good to let you guys know the reason why this episode has taken so long is I accidentally hurt myself. I cut my hand at the start of the week, and unfortunately that did postpone my ability to work on this episode, so apologies for the delay. I'm alright now, but yes, it did cause this episode to take a fair bit longer to make, and not as much progress in it as I was initially hoping. I was hoping to do a lot more building, but we can still do that in future episodes, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And also, before we get into this little block pellet thing, I'm thinking that I will start consistently uploading on my Friday mornings. So I think 7 or 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time is when I will upload, which will be Thursday night for North American folks. And hopefully that will work out well. From there, we have a consistent schedule that you guys can look forward to the episodes coming out, and sprinkled in between that is when I will add my other things like the Vault Hunters and bits and pieces. So that's the plan going forward. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And now, let's have a look. So I think we sort of touched on this a little bit when we were doing some stuff over at the sheep farm, but if we set up this little block palette, we have that beautiful gradient. In fact, we'll do it on there as well. Ooh, actually, I think it goes that way, right? Something like this. We can work on it and make sure it's correct as we go. But that sort of block palette there, maybe not even the bricks, to be honest, except for a little bit of additional texture to add in around, maybe for some pillars and whatnot. We could add the bricks and the mossy cobble bricks like that, or the mossy just the mossy bricks. And so I like the idea of making this whole thing feel overgrown with big stretches of leaves and stuff going places. So big overgrown expanses of oak leaves, little lights and stuff underneath them. No real trees or anything like that, but more like there's almost like a moss covering, I suppose. So if we were up in the air, it's like holding on to the surrounding landscape and attached to this island itself rather than growing out of it. And then we can do a little bit of a smooth transition down to create a hollow in there. So the inside is covered and do some interesting stuff. And then I like the idea of obsidian obelisks out here that are covered in moss and greenery and maybe even some green glass going up and down to make it slightly crystalline. I'd love to know what you guys think. I think that would look really cool. I really like that sort of yellowy, greeny combo here. It feels very light-hearted, and I like that contrast. I like the contrast of the deep purple, the black, the obelisks and whatnot, with just this really lovely, light, warm feeling surrounding. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'd love to hear what you guys think though. If you think maybe I should go for a far darker blackstone style against this, because the contrast of that is really nice too. So we have the option for blackstone and blackstone bricks and all of that, even combining that with the glow lichen. I'm very interested to hear what you guys think, because I don't really want to go too much further without getting your opinions on it. I think at minimum, we can quickly do a little bit of a bridge across here just so that we have something to walk on and I don't have to fly across anymore. So we'll go down one layer and I'll come across with a temporary bridge like so. And that way I can walk across nice and easily like so. Cool. So this is something that we could overgrow and have leaves pouring over. I like the idea of maybe leaves pouring over the side in almost a leaf waterfall. But yeah, I think with that, I am unfortunately going to call it a little bit early here. Even though I did do a lot this episode, removing those pillars took such a long amount of time. And it really does look quite neat. But just for the time being, I think it's smarter to aim for getting some opinions back from you guys and not pushing myself to do all of this and taking more time to get the episode out and everything like that. So with that, I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you like the look of it without all these towers. It's kind of incredible. Yeah. Oh my God. We could definitely do that bridge in a darker tone so that it blends in a little more, but look at that. So cool. I'll definitely do some more work to try and blend in that a bit better. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I think this is coming together quite nicely. Thank you to my level 3 Patreons for your continued support and to the new Patreons who are popping in. I appreciate you guys so much for helping me continue along this path of making this stuff full time. And until the next episode, I hope you guys take care of yourself. All right, everyone. See you in the next one. Whoop.